Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Heather and we make lots of crafty things on this channel, and we're doing the Year of Bags, So we're on our second month in the Year of Bags and we have done, what, 5 or 6 bags so far. So we have a new bag we're going to be working on this week. Still trying to find a handbag pattern that I like just a regular purse pattern. So maybe this one will be it, who knows? So let's take a look at that. So the bag we are doing this week is a Swoon pattern. It's called the Sheena Hobo Bag. It's got these cool zipper details on the front and just looks like a slouchy, you know, your typical hobo bag. It's 16 wide by 12 tall by 5.5 deep. So it's a pretty big one. I'll make it like the pattern says the first time, and then I might shrink it down. Although sometimes when you shrink a pattern down, you have problems with all the little details, so I don't know what that would do to the 2 front zippers. And they're curved, so that'll be an adventure. And this week we have a little tea party theme going on. So we've got this beautiful fabric for the outside with the teacups and the pots, or actually just teapots. And then the inside is this, if I focus, is this squiggly line fabric, which is really cute. So when you see these two together, they look a little crazy, but you're really only going to see the outside one. And then we've got this fun zipper tape that we're going to use on the bag, and it's got gold, so it just ties in nicely with the little hearts on the pot. And that means we can use gold hardware this week. So we've got these pretty, we've got these pretty guys that are going to be, you know, those rings on the, which are going to be the rings that the handle attaches to. And then we've got a chunky swivel hook that we're going to use as well. It looks like an interesting detail. The handle goes through one of the hooks, and then the swivel hook hooks onto the other circle. So we'll see how that works out. And other than that, just chugging away on my blanket. If you didn't see the little short video that I made, we have completely redone the shawl. Sorry, did I say blanket? I meant shawl. So here we are. We started with the purple end. So the gradient that I got in the Advent minis, went from green to blue to purple. It's a beautiful gradient. But there were a lot more greens, and the greens don't really transition as fast as the purple. So I'm hoping that the purple will transition faster, and then we'll get into the blues, and then probably by the end of the blanket, when I get to the greens, I'll be able to I'll know how many greens I can take out at that point, just depending on how big the shawl is. So redoing the shawl, it's pretty much going to take me all 5 weeks of the Make It Crochet Along, because I'm starting over. I think this is the 4th time. And if you saw the other video I posted, I got a new drum, which is very cool. Haven't played drums in a long time, but it's something I've always wanted. So now I have a new procedure, a new ritual. When I come home at night, I can take the dogs on a walk and then get into my comfy PJs. I do my stretches. Normally I wait until the end of the night to do my stretches, and then half the time I don't do them. So this way it forces me to just chill out, do my stretches, do some breathing, and then take the drum out and do some drumming. And it's very interesting. I've just been flowing with it and not really trying to learn a particular song or anything. So it's been really nice, and it's really interesting. If you hit 2 notes together, the harmonics just woo, 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 they resonate. It's really cool. You can kind of feel it like through your whole body. So that's been a neat way for me to just connect and reset when I get home and move on with everything. So that's been good. We just finished the first week of school, first week of the spring semester. It's great to have all the students back on campus, have some life going on. Winter was like really slow. We only had one class being taught actually in person in our building, and everything else was online for the winter. So it was really quiet and really lonely. But now I have voices and movement and things going on in the building. So it's been really nice to be back and feel wanted. Students asking questions, opening doors, helping people find their classrooms and that kind of thing. So that's been nice. And just looking forward to making a new bag. I really like the Swoon patterns. The other hobo bag I made, did I sell it? I think I might still have it on the website. But it was really, oh, it's called the Finch Hobo Bag, and I think that's by Bagstock Designs. That one's really nice, but it doesn't have the zipper detail. So I might steal the zipper detail, or depending on if this pattern is more wonderful than that pattern, I might replace it with that one. The Finch Hobo's kind of big too. I tried shrinking it down and making another one, but it's more like this really teeny purse now. It doesn't really work. So it looks more like a little girl's purse, like if you were like a mother-daughter and you wanted matching purses, that's what it looks like. So I think I still have that one. I don't think it's in the shop, but I brought it to the craft fairs. And I got a new pair of walking shoes, so we're back to going on walks in the afternoon at school. So that's been nice to get back into that and just get my body moving. Especially when you're sitting all day in front of the computer, it's just really nice to have that time to get up, get out, have the fresh air, the sun on your face, and walk around the campus. So I hope you have fun this week as we make another bag together, and can't wait to share this experience with you. So let's go. Oh boy, talk about late starts. It's like lunchtime, and I'm tempted to just not even start this until after I eat lunch, but I gotta get going here. So it is, oh my god, it's like 12:50. I'm gonna give myself some grace though, because this was the first week of school, and it was stressful, and I think by Friday my brain was just like, leave me alone, you know. I was snapping at like everything. And I figured out that I was just overstimulated. Like, there was just too much going on last week, too many human interactions. And so it's Saturday and I'm having no human interactions. My husband is down in San Diego for the day and has a gig tonight, and spending time with family. So it's just me and the dogs here, and it is so nice. And I signed up for HelloFresh again because I hate meal planning. I hate planning ahead, and you know, I gotta have meals at work. And I was on a quest to get lunch, what was it, Thursday last week? And we had a meeting at 1, so I had to figure out where I was eating, and there was like nothing on campus except for like frozen burritos. So it was not a good day, and I need to be more prepared for lunch at work than that. So back to HelloFresh. Looking forward to making my shrimp roll tonight with coleslaw and potato wedges. I love Swoon designs. They're very 50s, 60s. They're very retro, vintage, and I really like them, but they're kind of hard to do. Like these curves, we've got to gusset again, but I'm hoping the interfacing is going to be easier because it's a hobo bag, so we want it to be slouchy. Yeah, so we're using SF101, which is not here yet. So I ordered that last week after I cut out all my pieces and realized I didn't have any left. And it's still not here yet, so it's supposed to get delivered today. But I mean, we can still read through, cut out the pattern, cut out the fabric, and get most of this prepped, and hope that the SF101 shows up at some point today. So it doesn't sound like we're using anything more than SF101, which seems a little too slouchy to me. So I'm probably going to, I'm probably going to go ahead and put some fusible fleece in here at least. So I'm going to read through the pattern, cut out the pattern pieces, prep the fabric. I don't have my new iron yet. And then this is the part I'm most worried about, is trying to get our zipper to curve like this. So I kind of like the straight zipper. I like the look of the curved zipper. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve that myself. And then I guess we have 2 pockets here, which is interesting. So this will be new. Hopefully I get the interfacing, or else we're kind of dead in the water. The other thing I always look out for in Swoon patterns is if it's a drop-in lining. They have a few patterns that are drop-in linings, and it's just, I do not like drop-in linings. They're very difficult. So I get here, and if it says we're leaving an opening in the lining, I go, yes, we're leaving an opening in the lining, which means we're going to birth the bag like normal, and we're not going to do a drop-in lining. I don't understand how to do the drop-in lining cleanly, and it always looks floppy, and then I can't sew in the sides because it goes to a corner, and I don't know how you would do that without hand sewing. So, okay, let's get this party started. I don't think we're going to be able to get that out of here. I can't really make the gusset smaller than it's supposed to be either. And the gusset doesn't need to be on the fold. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough room for the gusset. I'm wondering if I can cut the gusset out of several pieces of fabric, because if I can do that, then I should be okay. Okay, I'm going to go see if I have any of this fabric. I believe I used this fabric for a gnome bag, like when I was very first starting out. So I'm going to see if I have more of this fabric or not. Dun dun dun! Will she find the fabric? Nobody knows. Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion.
One eternity later.
Wah wah. No. I do not have more of this fabric. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. What I do have is this one, which I don't know if we just like fudge it and it's close enough, or if I should do the exterior fabric instead. I want to say I used this fabric for something before. It felt like a full yard of fabric, like I bought another yard of this fabric. Let's cut. Let's go ahead and cut the handles out first, just to make sure we have everything we need from the exterior fabric, and see what we've got left. So. Hey, it works. Okay, so I'm gonna make the inner gusset and the outer gusset look exactly the same. Okay. It's just gonna look better this way. If I use the other yellow fabric, it just looks like I didn't have enough fabric. This looks like a conscious choice, so we'll go with this one. That is flippin' hilarious. Okay. This is like the most unprepared I've been for a sewing weekend ever. I don't even know what to do with myself if the interfacing doesn't come in today or tomorrow. I think my sister and I are still going to a yarn store tomorrow, so I'll take you guys along with that. I think yarn stores and like sewing stores should just have like a Super Bowl day for all the people who don't want to be in the house with the loud Super Bowl going on. You could go to your local yarn store / sewing store, fabric store, and get some goodies and do a few projects in the quiet of the store instead of being in your loud house. Okay, I hope you excuse my dryer. My dryer is on. What we're going to do now is we are going to mark these pocket pieces and get those all set up on our exterior. So I've not done this before. We're just putting pockets on one part, so I don't need that one. And first we're going to have to cut out the pocket. I'm going to chicken out. I'm going to do the straight one because I just don't feel like messing anything up. So I'm going to do the straight one. So we're going to just cut this out. So of course, after I went and bought the interfacing, I finally got the interfacing in the mail. So we are getting a later start on this bag than I would have wanted. So we are at Wednesday evening at this point trying to get this bag done. I do have Friday off work, so if I don't get it done tonight, then we can go ahead and finish it and film the outro on Friday. But I'd really like to get started on the next bag on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. I'd also like to get some future bags cut out, like the pencil pouches and stuff, and that we're going to use our leftovers to do. So I'd love to get some of that done this weekend. And then I forgot, I also supposed to mail out the project bags for 2 of the YouTubers that I watch. I still haven't mailed those out, so that's what we're gonna do. So we are gonna mark these. Oh, that didn't cut very well, did it? That didn't cut out very nicely. Weird overlap there. So I hope you all don't mind the fact that, I mean, all of these bags I'm doing for the first time. So I hope you don't watch this and go, gee, she doesn't know what she's doing. I hope this just inspires you that we are all beginners, and even though I've been doing this for about 5 years now, you know, every pattern is a new pattern, so I'm feeling very self-conscious as I do things and I mess things up, but I hope you guys just understand that I'm keeping it real. This is really what it's like. And I hope you don't feel discouraged. Like if you want to try a new craft, that you're not feeling like, oh, this is a lot, because I really enjoy doing this even when I'm scared and trying something new. I really do enjoy doing it. Okay, so now she's telling us to flip this over. So the main panel's right side up. Lay pocket panel A. What'd I just do? I thought I pulled those down already. Didn't I just pull those pocket pieces down? Oh my goodness. Okay. Here are our pocket pieces. So, pocket piece A is going this direction, but we're gonna do it right side down. And then we're gonna measure some stuff here. The right raw edge of the pocket panel should be 1/2 inch from and parallel to the center seam. Okay. So we're gonna move this over 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we're gonna do 2.5 inches down from here. So this edge should be 2.5 inches down. Oh, hey, that was pretty close. And 1 inch on the bottom here. It's a little over 1 inch. How does that work? How can it be 1 inch and 2.5 and it's bigger than I've got? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, okay. And we're going to pin it. So we're basically going to be making our usual zippered pocket thing here, where we pin this down. Now I'm pinning through the outside fabric, which I really hate to do, but that's what we're doing. Now flip it over so we're on the right side again, and then we're just going to stitch around the box like we normally do. And then I should draw in our other part while we're here. Oh, actually, this might be a little tight for me because I am using a regular zipper. Yeah, I don't know. This probably needs to be a little bit bigger because my zipper tape is going to barely... See, that is too tight on the side. Okay, so we're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to have to extend this box a bit here, because I normally do like a 1/2 inch. Well, it is a 1/2 inch box. I think we'll do a 0.75 box. Just have to extend that a bit because I have bigger zippers than that. And then this is a little off center now. So now we're going to have our middle. Well, that's good to know. Hadn't thought about that. We'll do the same thing on this. And we want to make sure that we're extending it down on both of them. I want that top edge to still be where they wanted it to be, because otherwise they're not going to line up correctly. Okay. Well, I'm glad I thought of that before I sewed it down. Okay, so let's do the first one. Okay, so the rest is basically just like what we just did. If I'm smart, I would do this piece at the same time, just so that we can sew them both down at the same time. I wanted to show you how different this is when you're doing it with the SF101 on the pocket piece. It's a little bit more difficult. So we're going to try and get this through. And we're at this weird angle now. So we want to push, push, push. Get this as lined up as possible. And I don't think I want any of this fabric showing through. So I would like that green, I would like a little bit of green showing through on this side so that this chartreuse color isn't showing through on the other side. Because they're kind of look a little strange together. I like them being part of the same bag. I just don't necessarily want them to be seen at the same time. So do that, and then here's this tricky bit are these corners, and I like really stretch them, stretch. That wasn't too bad. Normally I have to use water if I'm doing this with the SF101. Oh, stretch. Get that all pulled back there, and as flat as possible. So that's not too bad. It's a little caught in that corner. That's pretty good. And I just want to make sure, okay, I've got a little bit showing through, but it's not bad. The problem with putting the zipper in the project bag is that, look, it gets all mangled. So I just ironed these and they're looking better, but probably don't need to put the actual zipper tape in with the project, although it helps me know like what color I picked out for it, and it also helps me with making sure I haven't used all of that zipper by the time I need it. So that's good. Okay, and we're going to do our same thing here. I don't know if you were able to see it last time, it was blurry. Let me see if I can get that not blurry. So we're going to put our zipper head on there. You can see it there. And then open up our zipper a little bit. Now the shorter the zipper, the harder this is to do. I'm going to stick the fork between my legs. Hashtag between my legs, and separate the zipper a little bit, do it at like a 45 degree angle, and get it together. Ideally, it would come together perfectly down here. If these two match up perfectly, then you're not going to have any puckering. Like you see how here you've got where the zipper head is, there's a little bit of pucker. It would be way worse if those weren't lined up. So you want to try and get those as lined up as possible. Well, I totally forgot to pick you guys back up. So here's our bag so far. We haven't turned it out yet because I don't know if we are turning it out before the next step. Okay. So the connectors are interesting. We basically did this whole thing with it so that we've got these pieces. And now we're going to put our rings on. Wrong sides together. And we're going to match up the edges. And what's neat is they had us top stitch up to about, I don't know if you can see that, up to about here, like an inch in. And now what we can do is when we sew these together, it'll already have the top stitching. We'll just join with that top stitching. So it looks like this. Pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Finish the bag. Okay. Open the zipper completely. Tuck the lining of the bag inside the exterior of the bag. They will be right sides together with only the wrong sides visible. Okay. Open the zipper all the way, which I think it already pretty much opened itself all the way. I'm going to tuck the lining inside here. Aha, that's how we get to these pieces. So now we have these ends that we are going to sew over. Yay! Okay, this seems to make sense now. You should have openings at the top end of the gusset and main panels. Exterior sides together, slide a connector with hardware onto an exterior contrasting fabric. Gusset opening. Opening? Oh! Am I putting it inside? Oh, that's weird. I'm putting it inside. Oh, how weird is that? That's really weird. Okay. I'm kind of tucking it inside here so that we've got, oh, that's very, very interesting. So I just got to make sure the right side of the fabric is facing the exterior. Very interesting. Now this one is definitely tighter. Oh, I've got the zipper tab in there. I gotta make sure I put this on the correct side of the zipper tab. Yes, okay. So this is a little longer. I'm gonna kind of angle this. I'm gonna angle this a little bit so that it can fit in there. It's getting kind of smushed. Just want to cut off a little bit. Okay, so we've got the zipper tab is in here also. So we got to put it on the correct side of the zipper tab. That's what they were talking about. And we're going to sew this at 1/2 inch seam allowance. So as long as this isn't twisted or, you know, folded or anything, we should be okay. So I'm going to do that same thing on this side. This is a big challenge. Man, this is a really big challenge. That's because I put the fleece in. The pattern doesn't originally have fleece, although I feel like there wouldn't be any structure if I didn't put the fleece in. Okay, and here you can see we have this our weird gusset because we ran out of fabric. Okay, so I'm gonna poke out all of these things, get them all working. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. For a minute there, I thought I had the tab on the wrong side, but it's on the correct side. And all of this wrinkling will come out when we iron it. So just need to all poke these out. It's pretty cool. Make sure we didn't royally mess anything up here before we sew it. Things look good. Everything looks good. All our edges look good. Wow. We did pretty good. Wow, look at that. Very cool. We did a pretty good job. Okay, so I'm going to sew the hole in the lining, I'm going to attach the strap, and then we're all done. Wow. Okay, so as cool as I think this looks, it's just hard to make, so I don't think we will be making this one. Kind of a cool structure though. And that's it, folks. We have our hobo bag. Looks really cute. I really like this strap idea. It's basically a long strap, but it's attached here with a swivel hook. So you could take it off and attach it over on this side. And Lucy's snoring. And attach it over on that side and have a really long handle. Or you can loop it back through that loop and attach it on the other side, hopefully not completely twisted. It's hard to do. And then hook it on this side and you get a shorter hook. And it just kind of has that half moon shape that hobo bags do. So very cute. And it's got a slip pocket inside. I didn't bother trying to make a zip pocket. And then it's got that, and then it's got these two zip pockets in the front, which are kind of short. I mean, you could put your keys or your lipstick or something in there. But you're not fitting your phone in there, that's for sure. So, very cute. Definitely more work than the other hobo bag that I already know and love. So this one's not going in the product line, but definitely will be going in the shop. It's a perfectly wonderful bag that somebody could buy. So that's good. It took me seven and a quarter hours. I'm not sure how long the other one took me. I'd have to look that up, but pretty good. I gave it a score of a B. So if you're interested in this pattern, I'll link it down below. I feel like the Swoon patterns are very well written. The instructions are nice. I like how they have the right side of the fabric has like a little pattern. The wrong side of the fabric is white. So even though there's not like step-by-step photos, it's really easy to tell like what you're doing in the pattern, and it's very well written. So I really like Swoon patterns. And it's really big, but it's not like too big. It's more wide than big. And in fact, this is very much like the Gilmore Girls purses that I like the little barrel purses that fit under your arm. If I was to shrink this, although if I shrunk it, I couldn't do the front pockets, but I could shrink it, not do the front pockets, and just have it be like one of those little bags that fits under your arm, like Lorelai used to wear in Gilmore Girls. So that's kind of my style of purse, is that little barrel purse. So I think that would be good. So we have a change of scenery here because I kind of blocked and washed my my Christmas blanket, and this is getting ready to go back in storage until next year. So really nice. It's been nice to see it here and enjoy it for a couple of weeks before we switch it out for a more springy blanket. But so that was a fun project, and if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link to one of the videos where we worked on the blanket, so you can get an idea of the blanket and Annie's kit clubs. I have to get back to the Moroccan one, but I've been having too much fun working on my TL Yarncrafts shawl. So I'll share that with you next week. The progress that we're making on that. We're almost done with it, which is great, and I already have another shawl lined up. I was working on another shawl last year, and I'm just not liking the way it looks, and I found another pattern of hers that kind of blends these three colors, and I think that would work better for the yarn that I have for the other one. It was kind of weird because I had like two of one color, like two skeins of one color, one skein of the other color, and then two skeins, and it was just gonna look weird by the time I got to the end of it. And the third color doesn't quite go with the other two go great together. So I'm thinking of just making the other shawl with those two colors, blending them together, and then maybe using that third color just as the border. So I think I'm gonna work on that next. Tear it apart, which I hate doing, but you know, if I want it to be the way I want it and I want it to be something I'm gonna enjoy wearing, then I have to start over. So as my husband says, it's my Zen meditation of my Buddhist meditation of letting go and impermanence is tearing apart my crochet projects. So we'll be doing that next. And yeah, just having fun with that. I tried a little swatch of the Tunisian crochet. I bought some Tunisian crochet hooks on Amazon, but I didn't like them at all. I was worried it was the Tunisian crochet that was difficult, but it was actually the hooks that were difficult. So I need to find better Tunisian crochet hooks than the ones I tried. But when I tried the swatch of Tunisian crochet with my regular hook, because it was a short enough swatch that I could do it with my regular hook, and it worked perfectly. So I'm like, I just need to find, I like the hooks that are like really hooks and have that deep, you know, the deep part of the hook where your yarn can sit, so you can actually pull over the other yarn, if that makes any sense. So those are the hooks that I need to look for. Okay, so we've had a fun week this week, and I've got a 4-day weekend, which means that we can do the Nora bag and really give it the attention that it deserves, and you know, hopefully have some downtime as well. I've been feeling a little burnt out lately with this bag. So hoping to kind of slow that down a little bit. We'll obviously still make the one bag. I have a lot of scraps that I would like to turn into pencil bags. So I got to organize all those and start cutting those out. But those are really fast and easy, and I should be able to do those in the background of what we're doing here, just to get some pencil pouches in there. So it's been a great week, and I hope you had fun coming along for the journey, and I hope if you are a bag maker that you give this one a try. I would say that this is like a confident beginner pattern. This wouldn't be like one of the first patterns that I try, but definitely a confident beginner pattern. And in fact, the pencil pouch that we're going to work on later is a really good beginner pattern. Even though it's small, you could technically make it bigger. It's just a pouch, so it's pretty easy to do if you want to experiment with some bag making yourself. Otherwise, I will see you next week, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. So I hope to see you next week, and I love you. Mwah. Sending out a big kisses and loves to you this week. Bye, friends.